I know that we have to live through the disgraceful Donald Trump moments every day, but we don't often get to hear them all at one time, right? So let's go down the list a little bit. Let's start at 10. Donald Trump mocked a disabled reporter. Trump mocked a disabled New York Times reporter in front of a crowd, saying, "Now this poor guy, you ought to see this guy," before jerking his arms around and holding his right hand at an angle. He imitated the reporters saying, "I don't know what I said. I don't remember." 9. Donald Trump is unfit to be commander-in-chief. The U.S. president is also the commander-in-chief. One job we have to make sure Trump never gets, since he has said that he would force the military to commit war crimes, and he has already brought up the nuclear option, actually asking national security advisors why the United States can't use nuclear weapons. Who is advising him on national security? Who's giving him all these ideas? The Donald named himself as his primary consultant on foreign policy. That's comforting. Number 8, Donald Trump would threaten national security. So they had no idea when they wrote this. So who would be Trump's allies around the world? None. Nobody. Russia, North Korea. He probably can't count on his BFFs, Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un. And he continues to praise the legacies of Saddam Hussein and Muammar Gaddafi. That's great. Number 7, Donald Trump doesn't respect our own military. Well, what about our military? They're not safe from Trump's vicious attacks either. Just ask Senator John McCain. And we all remember when he insulted Americans across the country by going after a Gold Star family after their appearance at the Democratic convention. And even after his own party denounced his comments, he continued to go after Mrs. Khan, suggesting that she wasn't being allowed to speak about her son, who was killed serving his country. Number 6, Donald Trump peddles xenophobia and racism and doesn't discriminate with his discrimination. Trump has made plenty of xenophobic and hateful comments about Muslims, Mexicans, Native Americans, African Americans, and Jews, and he pals around with white supremacists and white nationalists. Does. Number 5, Donald Trump doesn't respect women. Trump has made many offensive comments about women over the years. Some examples: in 1992, he told New York Magazine, "You have to treat them like shit." And that's how he's treated women in his life. Ask Megyn Kelly. Yeah, bleeding from everywhere, bleeding from her eyes, her wherever. Just say she's on the rag. We all know what you meant. And working women who had faced sexual harassment at work, saying that they should find another career, is what he said. Trump doesn't discriminate in his discrimination. Women now make up 47% of the workforce. In 40% of households, women are the only breadwinner, and women are a majority of the electorate. Trump is taking his own advice and treating women like shit. But that's a lot of voters. Yeah, it was a lot of voters, and a lot of women voted for him. Fucking stupid. Donald Trump was rooting for the Great Recession. God, this is so poignant. This was written a while ago. In 2006, Trump said, "I sort of hope real estate markets tank so he could take the opportunity to buy up cheap property and make a buck off men and women who had just lost everything." And it's not only American financial markets he hopes to crash. After the Brexit vote, Trump actually celebrated, saying, "When the pound goes down, more people are coming to Turnberry, his golf course." On 9/11, Donald Trump noted on TV that his financial district building was now the tallest, which was a lie. On one of the darkest days in American history, when we lost thousands of men, women, and children to what is still considered the largest terrorist attack on the world, Trump decided to pick up the phone and call into a television studio to point out that now his building was the tallest in Manhattan. There are no words for that. Donald Trump tries to walk back his birther statements. Kind of. At his press conference, he actually spent more time talking about his new hotel in D.C. than he did on anything else, but he still ended up on the crazy train. He is now saying Hillary Clinton started the birther rumor witch hunt that he has become so famous for. Too bad your tweets don't lie, Donald. Donald Trump would decimate public education. No surprise from a man whose only foray into education, Trump University, was a scam so brazen that multiple states launched investigations. Trump wants to take $20 billion of existing federal tax dollars to fund private school voucher programs. He says his $20 billion program would provide vouchers for 11 million students to attend the schools of their choices. But the reality is, it will mean that every dollar now spent on disadvantaged kids, English language learners, and students with special needs would be redirected out of public education. If you do the math, his plan would harm 10 students for every 1 student that it covers. Vouchers don't boost student achievement or improve opportunities for kids from low-income families. They take needed money from public schools while failing to offer greater education resources. But we know most of this, but how about it all together like that?